Some mornings don't begin. They unfold, quietly, like steam from a kettle. My name is Emma. The sun hadn't even cleared the rooftops when I woke up to the smell of toast and laughter. Not mine, hers. Maya, the girl I met 2 weeks ago at a bookstore, the one who insisted that breakfast tastes better when it's shared. Now she was in my kitchen, barefoot, wearing my oversized t-shirt, humming something I couldn't name. The light spilled through the blinds in soft golden stripes. The counter was a mess. Eggshells, strawberries, half-cut lemons, and a pan that hissed every few seconds like it had opinions. "Do you always start wars with your breakfasts?" I teased, leaning against the doorframe. She turned, spatula in hand, grinning. "It's not war, it's expression. Looks dangerous. Art usually is." She tossed me a towel. "You can either judge or help." I chose the second option. The floor was cool under my feet. The air smelled like sugar and coffee. Every small sound, the butter melting, the knife against the board, her quiet hum, felt like music written just for that morning. "Where did you learn to cook like this?" I asked. She shrugged. "Nowhere. My mom said recipes ruin the fun." Wise woman. She also said never trust people who skip breakfast. Guess I'm safe then. She looked up, eyes catching the sunlight, brown, soft, a little sleepy. For a second, the world stopped pretending to move. We laughed about the smoke alarm, about the toast that looked more like charcoal, about the jam that somehow ended up on my wrist. And somewhere between the laughter and the quiet pauses, something gentle began to take shape. Not a confession, not yet, but a rhythm. We set the plates on the table, messy, colorful, imperfect. Maya brushed her hair back with her wrist, leaving a streak of flour on her cheek. I didn't tell her. It felt like the kind of detail you keep, like a small secret that belongs to the moment. "Do you realize," she said, sitting down, "this is technically our first morning together?" "Then we're doing it right," I said. Outside, the city was waking up. Inside, it already had. The rain began while we were still eating. Light, rhythmic, the kind that turns windows into watercolor. Maya watched it for a while, chin resting on her hand. "I love mornings like this," she said, "when the world feels half asleep and you can decide who you want to be before it wakes up." I smiled. "And who are you today?" She thought for a moment. "Someone who doesn't burn the pancakes." "Too late," I said, laughing. She threw a strawberry at me. I caught it, barely. It left a red mark on my sleeve, sweet and absurd. She stood up, moving around the kitchen with the ease of someone who belonged there. She poured more coffee, humming the same melody from before. I leaned back in my chair, watching her, how she tucked her hair behind her ear, how she talked to the kettle as if it could listen, how she smiled without needing a reason. "Stop staring," she said without turning around. "Then stop being interesting," I replied. She laughed, that soft, low laugh that always seemed to find me. We sat on the counter afterward, sharing the last piece of toast. Butter on fingers, knees almost touching. "Do you think this counts as a date?" she asked. "I don't know," I said. "Does it feel like one?" She nodded. "Better." The clock ticked somewhere behind us, but neither of us cared. There was no rush, just the sound of rain, the smell of coffee, and that quiet, growing warmth that didn't need explaining. Maya reached over to wipe a crumb from my lip. Her hand hesitated for a heartbeat, long enough for the air to shift. "Got it," she whispered, smiling, though her eyes said something softer. I smiled back. "You missed a spot." "Where?" "Everywhere else." We both laughed, but it stayed there, the pause, the closeness, the shared breath that made the world smaller and safer. When the rain stopped, we didn't notice right away. The plate sat cold, the toast forgotten. She leaned her head on my shoulder, eyes half closed. "Next time," she murmured, "you're cooking. I'll try not to burn anything." "No," she said, "burn everything. It'll feel real." The light shifted, soft gold breaking through the clouds, touching her cheek, the table, the still steaming mugs. And in that gentle silence, I realized the best mornings don't ask for meaning. They just happen, and you remember how they felt.